I'm going to do Steve Johanson with Starboard Solutions. Hello.
Hi, everybody. There we go. I'm going to go one more. All right, great. Starting off, supply chain leaders are challenged almost every day to cut their service times and costs. It's a tough job. Actually, no one really usually asks for it, but they get it. And they're frustrated with the effort and time it takes to answer simple questions like this. All right? And the reason it's hard is the current technologies are slow, and more critically, they're expensive, difficult, and hypersensitive to errors. You're wondering why I brought this up. I liken it to using this camera. If I dial in all these knobs and buttons and the menu properly, I will get a great picture. And maybe I might have to use my computer afterwards, okay? Okay, but that's not the state of photography in the 21st century. This is. I point, I shoot, I capture a teeny tiny image on a teeny tiny lens, and immediately tons of calculations happen to present a great picture. All right? I'm going to get to Starboard. Starboard Corp is going to be the phone camera for the supply chain design industry. And since a picture's worth 1,000 words, big button. Let's just dive into it. What we have here is a supply chain, all right? We've got the green dot, that's a plant, it's manufacturing stuff, shipping it to a warehouse, the blue dot in Phoenix, and then to all those other dots in the United States. And see how there's a big red dot in New York? It's big because we're shipping a lot of stuff to it. It's red because it's 5 days of shipment away. Well, that sucks. That's not going to cut it in the e-commerce world. They're not going to be customers for long. So let's actually go to Starboard, and we're going to ask the question, if and where should we put a new warehouse? And it's running. And our answer actually turns out to be Columbus, Georgia. And if you watch the scoreboard up there, you saw we saved $3 million. And here we're digging into all the nuts and bolts. You can find out that the lease and labor rates went up because we added a warehouse and the transportation costs went down. And New York is now a yellow dot. It's now 3 days away. Still not the best. Now here's where Starboard's a differentiator. This supply chain leader can sit down and move these pieces around like a chessboard and experiment. They can sit down in a conference room with all their other leaders and talk about what the impact of different supply chain configurations are. And basically that's it, is doing it simply, fast, and closing the gap. So Starboard's trying to put the sexy into supply chain. I know you're all bored with supply chain. We have another lofty goal. We're going to democratize, or maybe I should say humble goal. We're going to democratize the supply chain design business. The current state is much like everywhere else in the world. There's the haves. There's the have-nots. And by the way, these small and medium companies, they're the companies that are evolving and changing and growing. All right? They're the ones that need supply chain design, but you've guessed it. The $1 billion supply chain design industry belongs to the big guys. And most of it is driven by hundreds and thousands of hours of consulting, technicians cranking away at workstations. Well, you can guess what Starboard's going to do. We're going to decimate the price point of the software. We're going to make it so easy that anyone can use it, and even the smallest industrial corporation can use our software. This is going to be supply chain design utopia. All right, what do we need? Let me first point out that Starboard is launched. We are growing. We are cash positive. But our user count, is that even grow? Okay, you probably can't see it. All right, our user count is measured in the hundreds. We need to measure it in the thousands. And we obviously love partners, finding creative ways to go to our customer base. But what we really want to do is invest in a marketing campaign. We've got a product, a message, and fanatical customer references. We need to tell our story. So that's Starboard in under 5 minutes. I can take some time. All right, Starboard, putting the sexy into supply chain. Thanks. Does anyone want to know how it works? I don't have 5 minutes. Any questions?
I have a question. So is your main goal to find out where they should put warehouses, or is there other ways that you're looking to minimize or maximize the supply chain?
Oh, and there's tons of questions, but it all goes to the same plumbing. Where should suppliers be? How and where should I make stuff? Should I do 1 tier, 2 tier? I just picked what I thought was the simplest example. But yes, you're right. Supply chain questions go soup to nuts all across the board. Yes, sir. Well, there's one major competitor called LlamaSoft, and it's pretty much consolidated the market. But as I said, we're looking at that medium and small tier that they don't even touch. Their price point is so high, people, they can't even think of using LlamaSoft. Well, we were looking for an investment, and we wanted to use that to both hire and contract marketing experts to do basically a simultaneous digital marketing campaign and a presence at conferences and shows. Yes, sir.
What kind of price difference are you talking about?
Well, our competitor is, well, I think the list price is about $180,000 per seat for a 3-year license. And Starboard, you can get it for $500 to $1,000 a month per user. Start and stop as you wish. It's software, so that is always questionable. We do have patents. Issued, yes. 1 issued. But as I said, it's software. I've been in the industry a long time, and it is hard to defend intellectual property inside software. So we are just trying to race as fast as we can. We're the only software in this industry built in the 21st century. That shows you kind of the longevity of... Okay, but yeah, you've hit on one of the pieces we have to just keep ahead of. Yes, sir.
You say you're cash flow positive and you're looking for $500,000. Do you have a preset schedule as far as what you're offering in return for $500,000?
You mean when do we think we'll cash out?
No. Do you have like a term sheet put together? Do you have specific terms for what you're looking for?
Yes, I can provide those if you're interested. Any other questions?
Where did you get your investment?
Well, we were up to 270. If the graph had shown, well, mostly word of mouth. So I know a ton of people in the supply chain industry. I know tons of people who know tons of people, and we've been growing by word of mouth. But most of our budget has been spent on development and customer support, and that's why we need that boost to get into the marketing space. Super. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.